Hey, it's Brent, and I have another question from a reader. It says, Hey Brent, here is an example of a bantering interaction that I recently had. Just in review, I think I said too much and also made the mistake of giving her my number. Is this contact lost? When and do I send her another email/text? Thank you for your input. Okay, so and then you sent me here a copy of the, I guess, email or phone thread. And I got it pulled up right here. And initially or immediately, I see that it's very long. That is definitely a red flag, okay? So first interaction is from her. She says, hey, so-and-so. So you're a doc, huh? Type. So she's asking you if you're a doctor and what type of doctor you are. So then your response is, only the best and more. Lungs and sleep. Your dogs are adorable. The snow person is unique. Related to Frosty, LOL? Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Way too much information. You're over communicating and you're not building attraction. Okay, now you're thinking, why? That's what I've been told, Brent. I've been taught that I have to pick out something in her profile and talk about it like her dogs, and then I have to kind of notice something else, and then I have to be funny to show her that I have a sense of humor, and then I have to use the LOL sign. No, you don't have to do any of that. It's not your job to be interested, okay? Your only job here, if you had one, is to get to the freaking point of the conversation of what you both want. And that's to hook up, period. It's not about having a conversation. This is a planning tool. These messages are just for planning, and you can cut right through it. For instance, she says, hey, so you're a doctor, huh? Type, lungs and sleep. So, comma, I suppose you want to get together, question mark. That's it. Just that. You can cut out everything else you've written that I haven't even read. Right to the point. Okay? Right to the point. Okay? So, I just want you to avoid continuing to message women thinking that somehow it makes, it's building attraction, that you're going in the right direction. Like somehow you have to do that. You have to jump through those hoops. And that's not true. So she has to be the one who jumps through the hoops, okay, to be with you, possibly, okay? So remember this, it's a place that you come from here. Okay, now you're going on and on and on. She says, now she's going to go ahead and address you. She's going to say, thanks, my dogs are my favorite people. And then she's even trying to keep you on track. She says, lungs and sleep. What are you, an anesthesiologist? And then she goes on, gives you a couple more ideas. And then she talks about the snowman and, my kids are older. It's a sweet movie. And then, again, you could just say one word, but you have a whole thing you wrote here. So you say pulmonary, which is an answer to her question, what type of doctor that you are. And then you say, I see that you enjoy the city, concerts and theater. Is that in New York or Philadelphia? Since I'm not from the North, I prefer New York, but I also love Philadelphia. Haven't been to Italy, but it's on my list. Really? Stop. Okay? Again, I'm going to go easy on you, but I used to do all this, and the thing that will surprise you the most is absolutely none of this is needed. All of this, I want you to remember. Or I want you to realize, in case you don't know, that all of this extra stuff is only for you. She doesn't require it. Only you require it. Okay? So a bell should be going off in your head right now. Whoa, this is all for me? I should stop doing it. Yeah, you should stop doing it. Okay. So you could have said, okay, let's say that you're on this is the part you're on, and you say, let's say she doesn't answer the question. When you say, I suppose you want to get together, and she says something like, well, maybe, I don't know. What kind of doctor are you? What type of doctor? Pulmonary. I might be available on either Tuesday or Thursday. I'm super busy, but probably can take a break for a quick hookup or a quick drink or whatever if you haven't met this girl yet, okay? If you've just met her online only. Okay, see what I'm saying? But you went ahead and did this whole thing. So this thing just goes on. She talks about how she loves theater, yada, yada, yada. Then we get to your last message here, which is like 4 times the length of the other messages, where you just go on and on. I'm not even going to read it just because it's so kind of ridiculous. And I mean that in the best way possible, but it's ridiculous. And you go on and on and on. She says she'd love to go to Italy. Let's plan our trip to Italy. Blah, blah, blah. Then you say, look, I would like to talk to you on the phone. I'm a little old-fashioned that way, and that's what you're supposed to... Again, that's all for you. That is not for her. If you want to talk to her on the phone, just say, what's your number? Okay? Now, having said that, I would never tell you to ask that. Okay? So you asked me in this question here also whether you made a mistake by giving out your number to her. No, it's quite the opposite. That's what you're supposed to do. But you have this thing here that's confusing to her. You say, and I will just read through this last part of it. I would like to talk to you on the phone. I'm a little old-fashioned that way, and that's what they are supposed to be for. LOL, another LOL. Stop with the LOL. You're driving me crazy. I can do the guy thing and call you when I get home if you give me your cell number and it's not too late. Okay? And then you say, my cell number is yada, yada, yada. Okay? And then you add, I have to drive home from this place right now, and one of my hobbies is to officiate basketball. I'm not sure what time Mr. Sandman puts you in a trance, and I don't want to call you too late. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Overkill, overkill, overkill. Wow. You're going to a hunt where you could use a BB gun and you're using like a double barrel shotgun. Okay? Yeah, and it's really not about shooting anything. I'm just saying that you're so over the top here. This is why she is not contacting you. Okay? So I think that's all I had to say about it. Okay? This whole thing can be shortened. Remember, these girls have to be after you. Okay? Be mysterious. Be sought after. Make them chase you. Okay? Give them your number. Switch directly from messaging if that's where you met this girl and it's only messaging and there's no video and you haven't met her in person yet. Switch as soon as possible to phone, to texting. Okay? And not calling, by the way, texting. So she texts you, and then again, so I suppose you want to get together. There should be no other discussion about anything else. No, how are you today? What's your day like? What's going on? What do you do for a living? Either she wants to get together or she doesn't. That's it. Period. You run your life like that, it will be ultra efficient. Okay? All right, listen. That's all I have to say about that. I hope that helps. Try some different stuff and keep me posted on what's happening with you. Now, here's what I want you to do next. If you're watching this video and you'd like me to walk you through this labyrinth when it comes to women, socializing, dating, and even any other part of your life that you're having an issue, click the link below and apply for my coaching program. And maybe we'll get on the phone and we'll get this thing handled. Okay? So click the button below and I'll talk to you later.